Hi guys, welcome to the studio and welcome to the very last day of Creep on June. Oh my goodness guys, it is Creep on June 2025 and we are, I don't know where my paper's gone, but oh dear, it's here. But it is the last day guys, it's the 30th of June. So my day, as I've said all throughout my videos for this month, was the 28th, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who watched and liked and commented. Honestly guys, you guys are just so freaking awesome. Your support just means the world to me, and the rest of us taking part in the collaboration. I really do hope that you guys have been and checked out all these other videos, and today chances are you won't be watching this on the 30th, but if I do manage to get it up today, then on the 30th, which is Monday, then please don't forget to check out the very last video. And awesome guys. And if you've been following along with Belle from Bellaboo Creations, if you've been following along with her, I nearly said December Daily then, no, her Creep on June story of Poe and his beloved, then you really want to check out day 29's video. Amazing, awesome, I nearly cried. Yeah, so anyway, there's not much else I can tell you guys other than thank you so very much. I haven't got any further with my tags than the last tag update video that I showed. I think I'd done, I can't even remember what it says, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6 or 7. 8. Day 7, day 8. Okay, I managed 8. And then, as I said, I haven't managed to do any others bar the tag for my day, which was this fabulous Frankenstein's monster stroke Frankenstitching tag. Yeah, I loved it. It was fun to do. I did try to keep the video as short as I could, but it still ended up being nearly 2 hours long. I mean, by the time I'd finished, because I did it in little bits, thinking, oh, I'll just do a little bit and I'll just cut off and I'll do some off camera, then I'll do a little bit and I'll cut off and I'll do this bit on camera, but then you don't realise actually how long them little bits in between are that you are filming, and it really does add up. I think I had about a 2.5 hour video to edit down, and I'm like, there's no way am I going to get this to an hour or just under an hour, so it ended up at like an hour and 38 minutes or something like that long. I'm like, oh god, people aren't going to want to watch all this way through, but either you skipped ahead or you did watch all the way through, and I thank you so much for that. I don't blame you for skipping. If it were me guys, I'd have watched it on ×2 speed. Which I actually do when I'm watching my own videos back after I've edited them and uploaded them to YouTube before they go live for you guys to watch. I watch it, I click on it to watch it as though I'm a viewer, and I will put it on ×2 speed just to make sure everything's okay. So I sound like a chipmunk, but you know. But yeah, so I am so thrilled the way this actually turned out, and I'm so thrilled how you guys really seem to enjoy my interpretation of the Frankenstein's monster from the Penny Dreadful series. I'm really happy to hear in the comments that one of you actually remembers the series and enjoyed watching it. Yeah, so I'm glad I did that. I love it so much. And yeah, although I did stick the lamp on there, I'm glad you can still see some of the original background. I will finish off at some point, but as it's the end of the month now, I'm not going to push myself too much, because what I'd thought of doing was, excuse me, I don't normally do like Halloween themed things or anything like that. I'd sometimes do Christmas, excuse me, I sometimes do Christmas, although on and off for the last couple of years I've joined Tracie's December Daily Advent collaboration, but on the years in between, I don't really do anything. I haven't really made journals or anything like that. So this year, I don't know about December, but for Halloween, whatever I don't get finished today on this, I will carry on in October, throughout the month of October. So Creep on June for me will continue throughout October, because it's the right kind of theme to be working with. So we're heading back to the journal today, and if you've been following along from the start, it was my interpretation of Paul's ledger kit and journal was that perhaps, you know, he's obviously long since passed, and maybe some of his stuff got disposed of or went to other places, maybe other family members or something like that. Somewhere along the way, this particular ledger, this Nevermore ledger book of his documentation of all the creepy creatures and unnatural things and whatnot, got lost along the way, and somebody's found it at some point as a journal, and they've looked at it and thought, well, this is a load of rubbish, so they've just ripped it and thrown it in the trash. And then whilst it's been in the trash, it's got battered and beaten, it's got wet, and, you know, it's grubby. And then we, as modern day historians or librarians or whatever, have been handed these scrappy bits of papers and told and been asked to please, as best we can, put them back together, so that we can make sense of his findings and documentations. And this is what we did. Yeah, so, and then through the wonders of modern day technology, we have been able to also recreate some of his pictures and drawings and things like that through, you know, as I said, modern technology and all that good stuff. So what I am now doing with the journal is, before I get to that, these have been, the full kit was printed out again onto just matte photo paper. So obviously it's matte, and then certain pages, because I only had a limited amount of these, but certain pages were picked out and printed onto glossy photo paper. And as I said, what I have been doing, this is a lovely image of Paul. What I have started doing is using these printouts, as we said, to digitally remastered images to layer over the top of the original restored pages. And I've done some like 4 tape as well to make it look a bit more realistic. This is just sellotape with archival links scrubbed all over it. Yeah, so this page here was the beginning of the journal, and all these have been cut out and then stuck back on. Not all of them, obviously, but I've matched them up with the ones in the background. And then these little pieces here, wherever the pages called for this little tab and what looks like brads there, I have cut the tab out of these pages to glue it on, but I have used actual real brads. But I've used I've used these really, really teeny tiny ones. And I have used different colours. I haven't stuck to the same colour. To me, it kind of depends on the page. I did colour in some some hole reinforcers with some potting soil, archival potting soil. The idea was to cut them flush with the edge of the page, but then I realised that that's not going to be strong enough, so I've just left them hanging over, which I'm not really fussed about. But yeah, and then so we've got these kind of stuck in here with the 4 tape. It kind of looks better in real life lighting than it does in the camera. And then this beautiful puddy cat here, I embossed with just plain black embossing powder to make him or her shimmer and shine and what have you, because I just love a black cat. I've got 3 of my own, love them. Okay, so that was the first page. This was the second page, and I've kept the drawing in the background, the original. And then we've cut this out from the matte photo paper. Again, this little tab there as well. That was actually part of the picture, so that was good. I didn't have to cut it out and then glue it back on. Put the brad on first and then glued it down and stuck tape. This one here obviously was the original underneath, but very faded, so I cut that out and we inked around it. I did. Glued it on, used some tape, put some staples in there from the tiny attacher before gluing it on, because if I poke anything through these pages it's going to come through to the other side, which I didn't think of until afterwards. This page I tried to keep kind of as natural as possible, so I didn't cut that out and do that, because where is that page? Let me find it for you guys. Yeah, there. Because the way I saw it were, this one actually doesn't look that much different to that one anyway. You know, like the brighter, more visible version doesn't actually look that much different than that one. So where that one, under the image underneath that was really blended out and smudged, whatever, so you couldn't really see it. So I left that, but I did cut off this top part here off the skull. I was originally going to cut the circle out, but it did have a little square border around it as well, so I cut that out because that's easier to cut than a circle. Yeah, and I've stuck that on the, inked around the edges and glued that on, and then added some faux tape to that. And then what I've done here, where it's showing the like photo corners there, I've just embossed them again with black embossing powder. And that, I think, is as far as I got. It is, yes, that is as far as I got. Okay, so, and so far they've all been done with, yes, so far these have all been done, like these restored images have all been done with just the matte photo paper. It is the page after this one where we move on to the glossy side of it. Okay, so, oh, it is hot here today, guys. I'm trying my best not to complain about the heat, but wow, it's 26 degrees here in the studio at the moment. It's 30 degrees outside. Yeah, and it is horrendous. Right, so we are on to this page, and the pages that are left over from the offcuts have been put to one side. That didn't get used, so that is still a full sheet. Then we've got that's the matte photo paper version of that. And then we've got these left over. I will probably use them in the other journal that I will be making with the tags and things to go in, or I might just use them on the tags and stuff. But yeah, I just figured we'd come on and do at least one page together, give you a gist of how I've been going about it. Where are we now? I've lost the page because I got mixed up. What did I do with it? It's not there. I've lost the page that I was going to use. Where are you? Must be in here. Where have you gone? Oh dear. there. Sorry guys. So it's is it fallen off on the floor? No, what on earth have I done with it? Oh, hang on. It's here. Got mixed up with the other scrappy pieces. Honestly, these are marbles. Alright, put that over there. Alright, so we are definitely going to replace that image because there is a big rip through there. So, and that is a lot clearer. So we will replace that image. So I don't think I want to replace this pumpkin skeleton. I'm not sure though about the writing. I mean, you can read it, but oh, I'll tell you what I did do as well. To start off with, which page did I do? I did this page to begin with. Have I done that one? I didn't do that. Yeah, I did a little bit on that one. This is the one I started with to start off with before I did the others, and I figured I'd you know, try my hand at drawing. So I actually used a pencil and went over the actual drawing that was on that page, and then I used my black pen and just went over the writing. And then on this page here there was a very faded out version of a werewolf, so I just kind of used my rubbish drawing skills to see if I could bring that, just the head part of him, to life. Again, there's the drawing that I did his hand all wrong there, so I might just put some over there to hide that mistake. But yeah, I'm quite happy actually with the way it turned out. It's nowhere near as good as Paul's version, obviously, but I was quite happy with the way that turned out. To say I'm useless when it comes to things like that. But yeah, so let's find the beginning of the book again. And where are we? There. So it evens it out. Actually, it didn't matter. It were better that way. Right, so let's get started, guys. Yeah, I don't even really know what to say other than just wow, how amazing has this collaboration been? I mean, Tracie's collaborations are always amazing, don't get me wrong, and last year's Creep on June was fabulous. But I've loved every minute of this. I've gone to bed thinking about what to do. You know, I've revisited programmes and films that I'd like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen that for ages, I want to watch that. Yeah, it's been awesome. And yeah, I've really enjoyed going back to the grunge a little bit. Well, the creepy grungy side of it a little bit. Now, I really don't know whether I want to use those on there. Part of me wants to, but part of me doesn't, because, as I said, I want to try and keep as much of the original as possible. But I do think that they look really cool. So, let's do it. Let's just do these. I'm not going to do the pumpkin. So, but I'm going to cut these out all as one. So, well, actually, I think I am. I am to begin with anyway, so... So we've got a cool pumpkin there and maybe a pumpkin head. Scarecrow head there to potentially use in the other journal or on the bases, tags and things that I need to catch up with. Well, I wouldn't say catch up with. Either play around with in my spare time or leave until October, like I said, and I'll revisit and we'll finish off. But this is one collaboration that I am actually determined to finish. Whether it's now or in October, it's definitely getting finished before the end of the year. Okay, so just cut across there. I'll pre-warn you now, guys, it's just gone 3:05 and the schools across the road from us are coming out, so it might get a little bit noisy in the background. So, right, no, I am actually going to cut these apart and then we'll layer them back together, because that's the fun part. Oops. Let's just cut that bit down there, cut that bit there. Alright, and let's cut that bit of shadowing off there, that off there. That's good as is. Yep. So we have that to go on there, that to go up there, and then him to go there. Yeah, I like that. And then this one. Okay, so where there it is my distressing tool. Let's just distress the edges a little bit. And then we will ink it up again in the archival potting soil. Although we are kind of restoring these photos or drawings, it is nice to have them stand out. So yeah, but again, guys, just thank you so much for your lovely comments on my day's video on the 28th, but also thank you so much to everybody for your comments and support on all the other videos I've been doing throughout this month as well for the series. It has been so much fun, and it's been really good fun seeing comments from you guys saying, oh wow, you know, I'd never thought of that, I'm going to give that a try. I really hope you have been doing, and I hope they've turned out great, guys. If any of you that have been trying anything that I've done are in Tracie's Foxy Crafters group, do post pictures in there and let me know. Yeah. Like, for those of you new to the channel who aren't aware, my name is Victoria. But everybody, well, saying everybody who knows me in the groups knows me by the name Minxy. So either kind of, you know, pop my name on or just put Minxy in. Somebody will realise it's me and tag me. But yeah, it's fabulous, guys. But yeah, seriously, I love the fact that, you know, you've been checking out other videos as well and using their ideas and techniques as well. I've not really been on social media much in the last week because your family business has been taking precedence. It's been a case of just kind of film, edit, upload, although I am behind with that. I filmed my day's video a few days in advance, knowing that stuff were going to come up, which is fine. So now I'm playing catch up, and some videos are being uploaded out of sync because obviously I filmed my day ahead of time, and I got that edited and uploaded because to me that was more important than the other days. And then I didn't get around to editing and uploading the other videos in time. So they will go up, but obviously they will go up and they will have the days on them that's relevant to that video when I filmed it, but they're not going to be relevant in the relevant order when you're searching for them. Although if you go to my Creep on June playlist, they should be in day order, regardless of when I uploaded them, because there is a feature on a setting on there that lets me change how they are arranged in the playlist, and I have tried to do it so that they are actually in day order rather than video number order. So let's just go around this a little bit more because it's a bit dark on that. Alright, oops. And then let's see if my glue's going to behave, because it is very warm here today. We are now up to 26.5 degrees in the studio. Wow, and it's showing no signs of cooling down. Oh, thank you so much. I've kept the blinds shut today and the window in the studio, which my studio is at the back end of my living room. So the noises, the background noises that you're hearing at the moment, because the window's open in the living room just at the other side of the desk. I have a really long living room, dining room. It's massive, and yeah, it's just split. We've sectioned it off with my desk and pegboard, so I am actually theoretically in the living room, but I'm in the back end of it, so any noise from the front end, and you generally tend to hear it in here. So right, let's put this dude on first. Like just at the other side of the desk there is the fish tank. We have a 4-foot fish tank, and I know guys, because it annoys me that sometimes when I forget to turn the pump off, the Airstone pump, not the actual heat, not the actual filter, or the heater pump, it's the actual Airstone. So just like the extra bubbles and things, when I forget to turn that off, or I used to forget to turn that off, it could be a nightmare in the background noise wise. But we had a little bit of a rearrange in that end of the room, and that air pump is now actually plugged in under the desk, and it's on an extension that's got individual switches. So like now while I'm filming, I can just flick it off, and then my issue then is remembering to flick it back on, but it's not, you know, it's not going to do them any harm not having it on, so that's pretty good. Right, now, so we're going to put this dude on. Yeah, you know, they've got their filter, so, and they've got the heater, so nothing's going to happen to them. It's just that we don't get the pretty bubbles coming out of things, but that's fine. I usually only forget for an hour or two, and then we check it when we feed them, and it's like, oh, I need to turn the pump back on. But yeah, so, but some other noises like are just literally out of my control, I'm afraid. Especially like the cats when they've got zoomies. They're pretty chilled today, actually. They are in, the door's open and they are in, but it's too hot for them outside, so they're coming and going, but they're pretty chilled out at the moment. So, and then that dude can just go there over the top. But yeah, so I do try to keep background noise to a minimum while I'm filming, if I can, if it's not some... Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I haven't checked. I hope I've been in focus. I forgot to set the focus. yeah, if I can try to do something about it, I do, or I will. But, you know, obviously some things are just out of my hands when it comes to noise and things like that. Like, obviously controlling the school kids and whatnot when they come out. We are across the road from 2 major high schools, so, in the town. One of which, well, both of which Taylor went to at one point. He left primary school and went to the first one to the right of us, across the road to the right of us. And then just before he went to college, he went to the one across the road to the left of us. The one to the right of us, he didn't last long there because they just failed him. They promised us the world and couldn't meet anything. So, yeah. But, you know, that's in the past. And can you believe it, guys? He's 21 in 2 weeks. 21. How? Wow. Just how? I said to my daughter earlier, I was checking something out and I'm like, oh my God, Dee. Like, my YouTube channel is 8-year-old. May just gone. And it's like, what? 22nd of May 2017. And it's like, what? Like this specific YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel, my personal one. This specific one, Northern Craftaholic UK. Although I've rebranded before to Minxy Studio UK, which it kind of still is a bit of both. It's Minxy Studio UK, Northern Craftaholic. But just wow, 8 years, guys. 8 years you've been listening to me rabble on yeah, about nothing. Anything, everything and oh yeah, just literally anything and everything and nothing. So yeah, so anyway, this is what I meant by restoring and sort of like digitally restoring some of the images. I want to leave as much of the original as I can, because then, you know, it is Paul's long lost diary ledger, so, you know, I don't want to be taking too much away from his originals. But yeah, but I think just highlighting some of it like this is just really good. This is an image of Paul himself. I got this from the Digital Collage Club. It is a membership-based site. But yeah, I did get it from there because I paid the lifetime membership at Christmas, just gone, as a treat to myself. Yeah, and I found that in there. I grunged it up. I did that in a video which you will be watching before this one. I don't think this video is going to go up today on the 30th because I've got 2 other videos to upload. So I will get those 2 videos up together today, hopefully, and then this video will possibly be tomorrow, which is the 1st of July. Yeah, because one of them is just a quick sped up video of how I made this little miniature book. It is a close-up and it is sped up to music, but you can still get the gist of how I put it together. So yeah, but yeah, I'm sure I did this in the other video. Excuse me, sorry guys. But yeah, so there we go. So now, do I want some tape on those? I mean, I might as well, because I did it on the others and it is supposed to look like it's been restored somewhat. So this for tape I will do a video on at some point in July, but right at the moment I'm not going to worry too much about that. I mean, you can see it when you're up close. You probably can't see it from far away. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about this video just yet, because this is a technique that I didn't see, but watching Angie's video. Angie was part of the collaboration as well. I can't remember what day it was. I think it was No, I really don't know. I'm not even going to say because I'm not even going to guess because I just don't know. But she'd said that, you know, using the 4 tape and things like that, the Tim Holtz 4 tape and things like that, which is great. Oh, strobing. Which is great. But she said she used normal sellotape and then she just inked it. So it was like, ooh, I want to give that a go. So I did, and it turned out really cool. So although these are a bit more green than I want them to be, but you know, old tape, it doesn't matter, it goes all sorts of different colours, doesn't it? So, and then I just cut it to different shapes, different lengths, and popped it on this pad here, which I'm not going to bring back in because the camera really does not like it. It strobes every time. Well, it seems to strobe when I bring it in. It just does not like it one bit. But it's like plasticky coating. It's a paint palette basically. It's this. It is a paper palette. Obviously for painting, but I use it for inking and gluing and all sorts because obviously it's waterproof and, you know, you can wipe it down, and I mean it's easy just to throw it away. I've got a couple of them and they're not dear to buy, but you can wipe them down as well because it's waterproof. So yay. Let's pop that there. 1 second guys. Taylor's here. Hey buddy.
Hello.
I am filming.
Hello.
I was just telling everybody it's your birthday in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're going to be 21, dude.
Yay.
Wow. My baby is not a baby anymore.
Well, I stopped being that when I hit 18.
Nah, you'll never stop being my baby, dude.
Fair enough.
You or your sister.
Or Steve.
Yeah. But yeah, so...
I mean, he certainly whines like one. Don't tell him I said that.
Well, you've just told the world that, dear.
Don't let him see the video. Leave that part out. Save it for the channel members.
Right, guys, so... yeah, I will do a video on the tape, but in the meantime, I will see if I can source the video that Angie mentioned, the tape, not just the collaboration video. I think she said she'd done a video on how to do it. So I'll try and source that. If not, then you know, just wait until I do one. And of course, credit will always go to Angie for that because it was her idea that I heard it from. So yeah. Anyway, so that's how I've gone about trying to somewhat restore this ledger journal. What do you think, dude?
It's coming along great. From what I've seen before, great right now.
Yeah, you've been watching it progress all the way through, haven't you, really?
Yeah, almost. I've seen snippets here and there.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, you were halfway through, so you're probably almost done now.
Nearly, yeah.
Ah.
So, yeah. Quite happy with the way it's turned out. So as I said, guys, I'm going to carry on doing this off camera now, and I'll either do a couple more pages and well, I don't know. I were going to carry on doing it off camera, but I might just pack everything away like I said and put it away for October because it'll still fit the Halloweeny theme, or I might finish the journal and then throughout October we will do the daily tags and stuff. I don't know yet. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that, and I am going to love you and leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your fabulous comments and support on my day's video on the 28th. Amazing. And yes, thank you for following me along on this journey. I hope those new subscribers who come over for this specific thing carry on watching. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thank you. So, you want to say anything?
Not much. I mean, you're the one who's doing the video. I just popped in at the last second.
Yeah, you did. Alright guys, so Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye!
Cheers!